It's cool. During this time, we wrangled all the sheep and we made it way back to the
That's
caravan.
what I thought about. You're talking shit.
Accidentally threw Khajiit off the table. My sorry.
I threw Khajiit off the table for reasons.
All right, cool. So yeah, Motete. I believe the last thing I'd said before my computer took a shit was you basically get caught with the visual of this tree, and as you kind of scan it over, you see I forgot who was the individual. I think it was Wrath that kind of touched it a little bit and got the residue in his finger as he smears a little bit of the tree design.
Does this tree look familiar to you, Motete? It doesn't look familiar to me.
Botanist. But I can see if it has any magical properties.
I'm gonna
Like
say
the-
that you were within range of your ritual. So no, nothing inherently glows here. I know what your background is in that regard, and I'll keep it very vague for you. Is it strictly honed in on just that perspective that you and I both know of? Or does it bleed into other mythos and things like that? I know it's a very
Talking to me?
vague. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Motete.
Are you talking about my hermit background?
I'm just in general, your old learned, the interests that you have, and I'm being vague here, please work with me. The interests that your character has in your studies, is it specific to just those studies, or does it bleed over into other ideologies and mythos?
No, not really. He's
Okay.
more interested in life itself.
Gotcha. Then this tree would
life
not
and death.
this tree would not click for you then.
Okay.
You do find peculiar, however, the designs coming off of this tree does look unnatural, as if it was the representation of a one-eyed creature without depth perception, kind to jot down what he saw, and it just doesn't look like it's part of the tree.
I really like that to the rest of the party.
Anatanda, haven't heard from you yet. As you are outside, you, I guess, make your way inside to the cave as well, or you plan on hanging out there?
I was gonna hang out here, just
Sure.
keep it in watch on things, see if I see anything
Sure.
approaching or.
Give me a perception check, please.
20.
So, as you, the first thing that comes to you that interests you, like the sheep, meh, meh, they're coming closer to the fence line, which you're not too far away from, and it almost like they're kind of on their hind legs. They have their front hooves on the top, and they're kind of stretching out their neck, almost as if they're asking for food. Funny enough.
Is there any like excess hay laying around outside of their pen?
Nope.
I don't have anything for you. Go
Meh,
on.
meh,
Go on.
meh.
Get out of here. Go
Meh.
over there.
As you kind of shoo these creatures away, the bigger one of the males, the big horns, as he kind of gives up on you and kind of jumps off of the fence, as if he was directly blocking the view of past the valley that you're in over the next dune area, because your elevation is higher than the standard, floor level. You, with a 20, see a very peculiar thing. See, I can't use my camera. You see a very particular thing out in the distance. It's very large. It seems to be very white, and it seems to have two very large straight horns in the distance. The wavy lines of the heat rising off the earth here, off the sand, obscures the vision, but it kind of looks like bone.
Is it moving?
No,
Or is it too far for me to tell?
it's over there. It's about let's call it a mile or two away. But it's definitely in the sand, you know, kind of off of the rocky outcropping into the sandy areas, deeper into the desert. But it's very big and it's very white, and what appears to be two very large horns coming out of its head,
Mm,
i.e.,
gonna-
a big fucking skull in the desert. And I mean big, bro. I'm talking.
yeah, if I can see it from a mile or two away or something.
Yeah, it's probably bigger
Are we
than
talking like a dead dragon?
it's probably bigger than a 2-story, 3-story house.
The fuck?
I will walk over to the people outside of the cave, or inside of the cave, or outside of the cave, where the majority of the party is, and I'll say, "Hey, does anybody see that way over there? It kind of looks like a giant skull almost. You know, what if sorry,
Wrath getting excited.
Wrath just spewed.
sorry.
Yeah, perks Wrath's interest. That's the noise he makes now anytime he gets excited. It's canon.
Wrath goes whoop.
Ugh.
Wrath turns into R2D2.
You know, what if we go there and we take that skull and put it on my back, and I can leave the Minotaur skull there?
I haven't seen how big this skull is yet, have I?
outside,
No,
but-
yeah, Antana was the only one outside, so yeah. And honestly, if it wasn't for the focus on the goat he was talking to a second ago, he would have probably missed it as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go outside to look at what the fuck he's talking about with it.
come look.
Sorry if you heard one of my dogs barking.
That's all right. You go outside and you fucking, you know, your eyes kind of do that sort of thing, and you see. You know what? I think I have a picture of it now that I think about it. Whoops. Hold on. I got the picture on the board here, which would kind of represent what you would see in the distance.
I don't think you can fit that on your back.
That would make one really big shield.
We could make a fortress out of it.
Oh, come on, I've got a pretty big back. I could carry that thing.
On a Tonda, it's bigger than you.
Where?
We can put that on your back and the Cyclops shoes on your feet. You will look ridiculous.
I like the way you think. Well, I was just over here goat fucking around. You know, not fucking goats, but goat fucking
Are you
around.
fucking goats?
No, goat
That is
fucking
not
around.
okay.
Ajit will
I-
not kink shame.
I just think that
Wrath
it's. I don't know how much longer we should stay. I think we should maybe get back once everyone has, you know, done what they needed to do.
Ajit agrees. Should we bring the livestock with us?
I think we should bring the livestock back to the caravan.
I'm not skilled with this rope, but if anybody is, you can have it.
Were there any livestock traders in the caravan, Frog?
I mean, not that you met specifically. The likelihood there probably is some livestock traders per se. I mean, it is there's a trading zone for everything, right? So even though you may have not come across direct livestock, doesn't necessarily mean that people that were there weren't skilled in such a task. So I mean, it's kind of a gamble, but it's not outside the realm of possibility.
we might be able to go back to the caravan and see if any of them know how to wrangle goats and sheep. They might even trade in them and pay coin for them.
We could trade them. We could eat them. Khajiit sees usefulness in them.
I'll carry as many as I can.
Well, I mean, how many people have rope in the party?
Quick question. If I turned into a sheep, do I think they would follow me?
I mean, you could try.
Can you speak with animals?
We'll let the dice do the talking.
They seem like they're hungry. If Khajiit takes out a ration and dangles it in front of them, will they all come to him?
I guess it depends on what ration. Do you have just meat rations?
Yeah, I just have like meat sticks.
I don't think they'd be interested in meat sticks.
What if we let them drink from Zarkul's flask? Since it would satiate their hunger. We could
If you guys want to
possibly find a bowl to let them drink from.
It seems like familiar one can speak with the animals. We're a familiar one. We'll let them know that we have food waiting back at the caravan and they can follow us.
I think
I'm
you're
gonna-
underestimating the intelligence of sheep.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Using my last second level spell slot.
Fantastic.
Dog hates that spell.
So hold on. Let me pull up the character sheet for a fucking sheep.
It's even better when you get to say, I'm going to do this, my once a day ability to do it for free as a ranger. And then you get to name saber-toothed tigers.
All right, we're gonna use the goat stat block because that's the closest thing I could find.
Does it have a
Okay, sure.
Really low intelligence.
You cast you cast Speak with Animals. Why don't you link it for the class, please?
Alrighty.
Wait, I get to RP a sheep, guys. Comprehend, verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. Yeah. Acknowledge the awareness of many beasts is limited their intelligence, but at a minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever perceive and perceive within the past day. Maybe to persuade the beast. Okay, cool. All right, hit me.
Follow me. I give you food.
Okay.
Sounds more like a cow, but close enough. Wrath is going to ask Zarkul, does it have a name?
What's your name, friend? Were you named by the Cyclops?
And a meteor hits our party.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
It flips its tail a little bit. It kind of does that little fucking goat tongue shit.
I open the gate and start walking towards the caravan.
All 10 of these animals kind of huddle to you as they think that you're going to be the purveyor and provider of some food. And they will start nibbling on articles of your clothing here and there. Food. Tasty. Food.
One of the sheep.
I pull out my flask and say, "Open your mouth,"
Ah.
and I pour some into each of their mouths.
They lap it up like they haven't drank water in days.
Follow, and I keep giving you food.
Okay. Okay. Food, all of them. Okay, food.
I just give everyone a thumbs up and start walking towards the caravan.
I think we might have made a mistake.
I don't understand everything you're
Until
saying.
we got to get people from the caravan to come help us.
Let's go. We're walking.
You know, I'm
You know,
sorry.
yeah.
I want to acknowledge something here real quick, guys. We're all adults here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I'm playing the role of a sheep.
you're doing a great job.
I mean,
You-
I don't
you
know if I need to
to
explain that.
be a little better. The bah, not a meh.
It's like
Bah.
one of these days, my kids are gonna ask me, "Dad, what did you do for jobs back in the day? And I'm going to have to reply, well, son, one day I played a sheep.
Hey, role played
Whoa, whoa,
as
whoa, 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 whoa. You don't
weirdos on
even
the internet.
Hey,
have to
you
tell them.
were
You can just show them the video.
you were one
There's
hell of a
video
sheep,
evidence
though.
of this that's gonna live on for eternity. There's
Uh,
also
All right.
remember you also played as a bird.
I'm walking my ass
Asher.
back to the caravan.
Absolutely. And once again, these sheep are and goats are they're nibbling on your clothing. So occasionally you'll hear a tear in your robes or whatever articles you have on you, Zarkul.
I'll just be casting mending whenever I hear a tear.
Absolutely, sure. These goats and sheep are following you. Absolutely. So you guys are heading back to the caravan. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
And as we're walking, Wrath is just gonna be scratching the head of a sheep.
Yeah.
Because he's never really he's read about sheep and seen them in books and but he's never touched one before, so he's like a kid at a petting zoo right now.
Absolutely. In fact, as you pet this sheep or goat on the head, because they speak with animals is still up, Zarkul would hear, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm gonna go through and just try and scratch, give all of them head scrooches, and
Yeah.
just Wrath is a happy little robot right now.
Yeah, and Zarkul hears what sounds like a mini goat orgy. Oh yeah, oh, oh, meh, meh.
Jarkul would be chuckling a little bit to himself.
Absolutely. Momentary, just a little bit of flavor here. Your fingers and your palms of your hands smell like disgusting barnyard animal smell.
Wrath can't smell anything, so it's fine.
It's okay with me.
I don't have to smell it. It's cool. I don't give a shit.
Absolutely. So, the sun is, it took you about 2 or 3 hours to get to where your location is. By the time you get back, it'll be roughly 4 to 5 p.m. The sun would be on the deep end of the sky at this point. Figure another hour or two of actual bright light. So, you guys are going straight, just ignoring the skull. You're going straight to...
We're gonna come back to the skull, I think.
Okay. You make
At
your...
least-
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think that we need to at least touch base with the caravan.
Yeah, touch base with the caravan first, and then we can go back to investigate the skull and everything.
Sure, absolutely. And that's easily done. By the time you get back, it'll be around sunset, just shy of sunset. As you see the caravan, they kind of are huddled up in kind of like together. Some of them kind of distributed their caravans in a circular kind of a pattern as they seem to be waiting. It looks like there's a small fire. You see smoke. Maybe they're cooking something or getting ready to kind of feed the crew, so to speak. You push your way back in. The sounds of kind of like not a fucking recorder. You hear someone piping away, basically some music. Everyone else seems to be just sporadically scattered about, having conversations, talking, random stuff. The first person you run into is the Nanu, as you go back to the caravan that you left her at, basically.
Wrath is gonna be smiling and wave to Nanu and say, "We found sheeps and goats. I've never seen them before, but their fur feels funny." As he's just got his fingers just scratching sheep wool and everything as he's walking with them. He probably smells like a barnyard, but he doesn't care.
Nanu would kind of laugh at you and kind of smile.
What were you
We
trying to say?
also
Milton?
found the large footprints belong to a cyclops.
Oh yeah,
We,
Wrath shakes because he had the momentary oh fuck, that's what we were supposed to be doing.
A psych?
Khajiit's gonna facepalm.
Are we becoming goat farmers? Is that what I'm hearing?
Wrath is a 5-year-old at a petting zoo right now. Okay.
It appears as if Nanu's voice is no longer on record here, but Vincent would absolutely overhear you say that the footprints belong to a cyclops, and he would enter the conversation.
Did you just say a Cyclops?
Indeed.
Oh my. And you made it back in one piece? Impressive, I say.
Jerko points at Wrath. Kind of One Piece.
I am okay now. I did some stuff to heal myself.
Oh, lucky you're able to repair yourself. I don't think we have anyone with that skill here.
I have some tricks up my sleeve to keep myself going.
We used to have a dwarf who had spare parts from Old Warforge, but he left 2 days ago.
He also tried to purchase me and insult me and my friends.
Yeah, he's not known to be
He's
respectful. Well, nevertheless, he was a good tradesman, and we hope to see him again someday.
I don't.
Jarkul in his mind. I do 6 feet under.
Yeah, I wonder how he's doing with a broken foot.
It's good to have you back. I see you come with pets.
Yes, we found sheep.
Waste not, want not.
Lively creatures. That'll feed people for a week. Or more, even. Where did you get them?
From the Cyclops.
He had them in a pen, and we liberated them.
Oh. Didn't know Cyclops were somewhat civilized.
Well, it kept attacking us, even after we tried to talk with it, so they're not that civilized.
Well, nevertheless, it's good to have you back. We're cooking up some grub. We're about to push on out if you guys are ready.
Do you know of any traders that deal in livestock?
Bartholomew.
Handle the sheep.
Yeah, Bartholomew. He's always good for that sort of thing. He typically deals with camel and some pen creatures. The occasional pig is just quite a treat out here in Brecca. Nevertheless, Bartholomew might know something. I haven't seen him in a couple of days.
Is he one of the ones that went to the pyramid?
Out of character, no. But there's so many people to keep track of, not to mention
Okay.
people come and go, you know what I mean? Especially with the whole wall scenario. So it's difficult to keep
One
track of
man.
everybody.
Okay, well, we'll take a note to go talk to Bartholomew. And then I guess we should tell Vincent about the skull thing?
Well, let's get some food and, oh boy, I feel like we should push through the night, but that might be dangerous. What do you guys think?
Night is safer, less hot, less likely to tire out the animals that are pulling.
We've
What
been traveling all day, though, so we would just get exhausted.
what direction is the skull in relation to the camp?
A deeper east than where you were.
I say we rest up here, take a short rest, and then possibly examine it at some point. I feel like we need to go and examine it. What does everybody else think?
Zarkul mentioned he doesn't really have any spells left.
Yeah, and I'm almost tapped as well, so...
You guys look exhausted. Are you sure this Cyclops didn't give you too much trouble?
I'm still technically functional. I don't require spells to be combat effective completely.
Do you think you could press on if we were to rest while we do so?
I think we should all just stop and take sleep here, camp out for the night.
Well,
And head
out
out
of
in
character,
the morning.
we could just rest in caravans while they push on.
We would need to find places we could sleep, and there's not exactly enough room in all the trailers for us to sleep and stuff in. It'd be hard to rest while we're moving.
It's been a long day. My feet are tired from carrying all this extra shit.
It's all in the fucking cart, Anatonda. Nanu cleared out space specifically for you to put all of your extra shit on the cart.
Wait, I only put the chest and the skull on the car. I'm carrying all my other stuff.
Yeah, we made room for the chest and the skull. I'm not trying to make room for your toiletries and all your underwear.
All right. Is the party agreed that we should rest?
We should rest and discuss what we're going to do about the giant fucking skull we saw.
Hooded one, do you want the rest?
Well, if you're gonna settle in,
Could
feel
use
free to
rest.
grab some food. Nunu, will you please show them where we have the pit at? Please?
And she replies, yeah, okay.
Sarkul, you should probably find somewhere to put the sheep.
Vincent goes on a patrol and makes sure everyone's, doing okay. As he leaves you behind, the sun begins to set as you guys kind of speak amongst each other, make yourself at home in this caravan, which once again, it's a very small cart. Enough for goods and services, probably no one really able to chill back there unless you're a halfling or gnome. The open air breezes slowly as the ocean air is pushing in. The air begins to have a little bit of a saltier hue to it as far as smell goes or odor, but it also picks up what smells like roasting, some sort of roasting meat on an open barbie of sorts, and it seems to be coming from the light source that seems to now get brighter and brighter as the sun goes deeper into the sky.
How far is this light source?
It's not that far. 50 feet, 60 feet maybe.
Oh.
Is that just like the bonfire from
Basically,
from
it's the bonfire, yeah.
well, I'll head over there, look for some food.
Yes, let's go eat.
There's a line, kind of your typical, shelter line. Like, here you go, ladle it into your plate or what have you. In this case here, it's just shreds of some sort of meat source. We'll call it that. Some sort of a meat source. At least it smells good. And it looks to be some sort of. It almost looks like rice, but it's more of a noodle, kind of like a noodled rice. It's really weird. But it's like very bland. A little bit of salt on it.
While everyone else is in line, if there are tables or something, Rat's gonna go find a table to sit down at for everybody since he doesn't need to eat.
There are no tables, but there are wagons about as people get their ration, and they go back to either maybe the neighbor's cart. They sit on the ground, or maybe this log that might be driftwood or something.
Okay, then I'll just try and find somewhere for me and my friends to hang out.
Okay, sure. So as you guys get your meals, you wait in line maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes in some cases here. You guys look around. In particular, the faces of these people. They seem to be drained, tired, scared, uncertain. No one's really talking that much right now outside of simple murmurs. Spirits seem to be down. It's strange and kind of sad.
Picking up on the mood of everyone, Anton is gonna. Am I next to Khajiit in line?
Sure.
Or where are you, Khajiit? Are you in line still, or have you already?
Yeah, I'm still in line.
I'm gonna look at Khajiit and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, this really sucks. Honestly, we've been walking in this desert for I don't know how long. Maybe some of these people won't even make it out of here. It's just, walking in a desert. You guys found me face down in the desert.
This is true. I would be lying if I would say Khajiit's spirits are all that high right now myself.
If you had to put a number on it, how many of these people do you think are gonna die?"
So wait, you think we're gonna die?
No, not you. You'll be all right. I just, some of these guys.
This halfling continues to listen on your conversation, and
You know how many people we lost already? To be able to speak like this out loud, it's very rude.
Oh, my apologies. I meant no disrespect. I just speaking, I guess, my opinion.
Oh,
Well-
what's wrong with you?
Nothing like an opinion that just digs you deeper into the ground. It's nice to know how you feel about us after all.
I would put my life on the line for any of those who need it. I just have to be real.
Yeah, well, if you feel that way, why don't you give your food to someone who actually needs it?
Okay, here. And I'll give him my place in line, and I'll step to the side, out of line.
not expecting that, he stands there bewildered. Roll me a persuasion for a sec. He'll continue to stand there in silence and just look at you, dumbfounded. And he shuts up. And actually, he doesn't shut up. He says,
Well, I didn't... Look, I'm sorry, okay? Like... Just... surrounded by just bad stuff. And now... walking... going north and... not knowing... what's in store, not... losing friends and family, my home! Like, look, tensions are high right now, okay? I'm sorry, weird looking tattoo dude.
I'm gonna get down on one knee, and I'm gonna say, "What is your name?"
We found Frog's kryptonite. You can't introduce NPCs to us and expect us not to ask their name. No, you don't. You love us. We're your, like, bastard children that you love.
Just have a name generator up at this point.
What's their name? Dad, what's their name? Dad.
They call me Giles.
Giles, my name is Anatonda. It is my pleasure to meet you. I meant to no harm and not to offend you. I just speak my mind, as that's how I've always been and am taught. And, if you ever need a shoulder to ride on, just let me know.
Well, shoulder not necessary, but truly, I am sorry for my outburst. We just don't have much positive these days. So, nevertheless, thank you for your offer, but I'm too proud to ride on shoulders, plus your shoulders look, not that big.
Are you kidding? Have you seen these things?
He just insulted the gym rat.
Like, no offense, alright? I don't ride. Yeah.
My shoulders probably be bigger if I wasn't giving my spot up for food in line for people like you.
Which, by the way, thank you. This mysterious buzzard meat is pretty good.
Well, I'll be waiting for my friend. It was nice meeting you, Giles.
You too, Anamanda.
And if you ever hear me speaking my mind, just know I mean it with love.
Fuck.
Okay, well, good luck. I'm gonna go back to my cart now, so bye.
he walks away. Once again, just not rushing. He's just weird. that whole scenario. What are you guys doing?
When Khajiit gets to the front of the line, he's gonna ask the guy if he is the livestock trader.
Smart thinking.
Don't have a voice for him. As you walk up to present your plate, here you go, 1 scoop each, and then you have every right to speak to him now if you wish.
Thank you, my friend. I see some meat in here. Perhaps you are the trader of livestock in this caravan?
Livestock and butcher, but no livestock to butcher. If it wasn't for some random hunters, we wouldn't be eating this wonderful vulture meat.
Vulture meat?
Yeah, a little salt does wonders. Had to raid one of our halfling herbalist traders to get what we got here, but, it's substance, right? It's better than eating the dirt, am I right?
This is true. What would you do for proper livestock?
I don't understand. Just stand to the side here. 1 scoop each here, sir. Here you go.
Well, Khajiit and party has come across some sheep and rams. Would you perhaps be interested in trading for these?
Oh, sheep and rams? That's odd. 1 scoop each, please. 1 scoop each. That's strange.
Yes. 10 in total.
Well, what are you looking for exactly? I'm not really in a position. One scoop each, please. 1 scoop each. I don't understand. Like, I don't have much to help you with. Whoa, what are you looking for? 1 scoop each, please. 1 scoop each.
Well, the Vincent man mentions that you trade in other animals.
1 scoop each, please. 1 scoop each.
Such as camels?
Kennels?
Camels with the humps.
Oh, 1 scoop each, please. One scoop each. Camels, yes. Yes. Beautiful, magnificent creatures. Decent
Perhaps
profit
you'd
in the right hands.
Perhaps you'd be willing to
1
trade
scoop each,
for
please. 1 scoop each.
Khajiit's proper livestock of sheep and rams.
Well, have you seen a camel around here lately? My stable was in the city. 1 scoop each, please.
That is a shame. Well, maybe when you're not busy, come find Khajiit and we can talk a little bit further about this.
Well, what I can do, and if you give me all 1 scoop each, please. If you give me all 10, I'll keep 1 for myself, and I'll see if I can find someone to trade them out for camels or some degree of similar. 1 scoop each, please. 1 scoop each.
I assume Anatanda is in earshot?
Yep.
Khajiit's
I'm
gonna turn
waiting.
around.
Can I get? Does this guy look trustworthy? Can I see if can I roll insight on this?
I mean, he's
Sure.
giving food out to everybody.
1 scoop each, please. I mean, he looks to be a livestock trader with no livestock and no shop. Everyone's in hard times right now here.
I'm just gonna give him a big old smile, take a G. Oh, okay.
All right. Well,
As he points to Anatanda, if you want your scoop, you need to get to the back of the line.
Oh, never mind. That guy's a jerk.
well, tell you what. You have yourself a deal.
Can't guarantee a full thing, but I'll get you something. I can't say how many you're looking for. 1 scoop each. How many are you looking for?
4 would be nice, if possible. 4 for 10?
Consider it an IOU. As he reaches his hand out, and then he goes, oh, and he puts the ladle down into the bucket that he's kind of shoveling the slop out of. He shakes your hand if you present your hand, your paw.
Khajiit's going to be hesitant, but he'll sneer and then finally shake his hand.
Deal. Good stuff. Where's this livestock at?
I will go find the familiar one and bring the livestock over.
Fine. I'll be here. 1 scoop each.
Enjoy the night, my friend.
Yeah, you too. I'll be done. I'll be over at the carriage over there when I'm done serving.
That one right there. 'Cause
No,
he will find you.
over there. No. Left one.
The left one.
That-
Okay.
right there. The black tarp.
Black tarp. Got
Yes.
So the left to the right.
No,
And the
no.
left.
The one left to the white one. You see, look. He points over there. He kind of puts his hand next to your eye.
Really
Oh,
close to
okay.
my eye?
Just over there. Okay, you can't miss me.
Khajiit sees it. And he walks away.
1 scoop each as you hear fading as you walk away.
Alright. I find Zarkul and tell him what happened and get the sheep over there.
Zarkul is practically snoozing at the moment as you get back to the carriage.
You probably would have overheard Vincent tell Nanu to show me where the pens are.
There are no pens at the moment, as this is a moving caravan.
Our sheep gone?
Say what?
Said, are all of our sheep gone?
No. They're. I was assuming you kind of tied them up to Nanu's
Yeah.
cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. While Zarkul's snoozing, we'll just grab the sheep and bring them over to that guy's
Yeah,
carriage.
and you hear "Maa, maa."
Wrath is going to be kind of sad.
You gather up your sheep with relative ease. You know what? Who's collecting them right now?
I guess it'd be me and Antanda.
Why don't
Yeah.
you both roll me a Are you guys proficient at animal handling?
No, I am not.
Roll me, both of you, a disadvantage animal handling check.
Well, I'll take it.
Used a table, man.
So Khajiit, you're kind of in the front, yanking on rope, trying to guide them. They're kind of like tug of warring you, but with Anatonda's massive structure behind them all, kind of like hap, hap, hap. They are slowly but surely making their way into the direction that you're guiding them. They leave divots of sand in the ground. It's very soft sand here as their hooves slide into the sand pretty deep. Think of like, I don't know, a foot of snow maybe, but like, sand for the goats. But they make it, and they're kind of stupid little barnyard animals, Many of the people that are eating right now, they're sitting on their carts. They just watch you, like literally, like just watching you guys bring it. Yeah, struggling just like that.
Come on, come on. Get going. Come on.
Put your back into it, tall one.
I'm trying.
It takes you a couple minutes to get to the cart to the left with the black tarp. And as you get there, Bartholomew arrives to that location. Oh, beautiful animals. Just tie them to the back.
And because he does so.
Get our rope back, please.
Oh, perhaps you have some rope of your own that we could use to tie these up?
We never negotiated rope, but just wait here.
It's talking a lot of shit for someone's cart that's susceptible to Thunderwave.
Well, as he clearly acknowledges that there's money to be made here, regardless of his investment, which is nothing, he scrounges up some rope and he starts cutting to length enough to strap and wrap these sheep to the back of his cart. Well, that should do it. When we hit to the north, I'll try to find you a trader and get you something. Camels, you said?
camels, or when we get to the north, perhaps horses. Whichever you can make do with.
Fantastic. Where could I find you?
You can find Vincent and he will find us.
Okay. Matt, if you don't mind, long day. I'd like to get rested. I think Vincent wants to take off tonight, but we shall see. In the meantime, any piece of sleep is better than no sleep. You know what I mean?
Khajiit knows how you are. Have a good night, my friend.
Farewell.
Bye.
Okay. As he kind of climbs into the back of his black tarped wagon, the night has befallen and the stars come out. The winds can be heard from the ocean, drifts kind of pushing through, occasionally kicking up some sand as it kind of lightly patters on your face. Lightly taps you on the face and kind of brushes across open flesh.
Frog, while all this was going on with the sheeps and stuff, Wrath was going to be kind of just walking around, seeing if he can find the halfling that was selling books.
Yeah, you can search, absolutely. Why don't you roll me an investigation? With an 18, you find a wagon that fits the profile of what you remember speaking to that halfling. And it's dark and you don't see any halfling.
Okay. How late is it? 'Cause I'm doing this while they're fucking with the sheep.
Yeah. We said it was around 5 o'clock when you got there. Figured dinner and whatnots and all that jazz. Let's just say it's around 6 to 7 ish, give or take.
Okay, Wrath is just gonna like knock on the side of the cart.
Yes, what?
Hello, friend. I haven't done any business with you yet, but some of my compatriots have, and they told me you're a purveyor of books.
You hear shuffling coming from inside of his cart. He hasn't seen you yet. As he's getting ready to kind of come out, you see, like a candle or some sort of light source kind of emanate from the inside, and you hear like a knocking over of a pile of books or a crate. And as he kind of pulls around the fabric to see,
What?
Yeah, Wrath's feeling comfortable with his people. He's not keeping his hood up. He's got it pulled back so they can. It's very obvious that he's a warforge.
Whoa! You're not here to mug me, are you?
No, friend. I'm Wrath. I'm part of the group that has been protecting this caravan. Remember we fought off the scorpions when they tried to attack?
Yeah, I didn't see no damn moving statue, but yeah, sure. What can I do for you?
Like I said, my friend said you were a purveyor of literature. And I know you're closed right now and it's late, but at some point I'd like to see if I could look through your books and see if there's anything I would like to buy.
Well, it's never too late to make a sale. But everything's in boxes. Do you have something in particular?
I would like if you have any books on the history of my kind, of Warforge. And then if you have anything about siege, like siege tactics and siege equipment. Military history, not like memoirs and records, and then records about, or stories about Warforge.
History books. You're looking for history books?
Yes, but specifically military campaign. Like,
Which box did I put that in? 1 second.
you hear crash, bang, kind of.
I will offer him one of my copper coins that lights up. This may help you in your search.
No, 1 second, stay right here. Where did I put that fucking... No. No. Just 1 more second. Wait. Aha!
He does sound like Claptrap.
I'm sorry, man, because I can hear my voice talking, and I
I
can't.
love it.
It's still adjusting. So he pulls out a very old book, and it's on the outside dust cover, on the the cover of the book. It has a picture, an emblem of a gear on it, and it's on the top. It says like Clockwork Wars.
Okay.
This is the best I got right now, but it should give you some sort of history, I guess. I mean, I've never read it myself, but I've been holding on to this book for years.
Do you mind if I thumb through it real quick just to see if it's what I'm wanting? I'll be gentle.
What are you looking for? Large text, big pictures?
No, just to see if it contains information that would be relevant to what I'm looking for.
Hey, I'm a salesman, not a fucking library.
Wrath is just going to click on one of the other lights and thumbing through the book just to
Hey.
get a
You gonna buy it or you gonna read it and give it back to me?
I'm just looking at like the first couple pages just to see what it says.
Alright,
then-
that's 1 copper.
Put it on my tab. And is it? I'm assuming this is what Wrath is looking for. The book. DM.
I'll tell you what. Let's find out. Why don't you roll me a D100? If you roll over a 60, it is what you're looking for.
I rolled a 30.
Womp 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 womp.
But so it doesn't have anything like about like the. I mean, I assume it talks about like the Clockwork Wars.
Yeah, the wars itself, I would say it gives you a brief history and synopsis, kind of in that regard. But I was under the impression you're looking for specific, like, here's what the Warforged are, and here's where they come from, and here's their creator.
Mostly just like history about his kind, and then about like military strategy stuff, since that's what he was built for.
The closest you get. So with your role, it doesn't give you specifics of what you're looking for, but what it does give you is kind of a brief political synopsis of the Clockwork Wars. Think of Social Days book, like the fucking French and Indian War. Like, oh, here's who the main people were. Here's where the battles were, and all this jazz. That kind of history. It doesn't go into like, oh, George Washington was fucking born here, and his mommy and daddy were blah 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 blah.
Well, like I said, I'm just doing like a really brief look at it just to see if it's kind of in the realm of what I'm wanting.
I mean, we're talking as high level as your topic is concerned, but technically, then
Wrath will ask him how much he wants for it.
Nah. Oh, wrong voice.
How much is it worth to you, huh?
You're selling it. You should have a price for everything.
You're buying it. What's your price? Because I think this is my favorite book I own.
You just said you've never read it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Nuh-uh.
You said you never read it.
Nuh-uh.
You said earlier you have never looked through it before.
No, I never looked through that book before. The one that I thought was this book.
No, you were talking about this one.
No. No, you obviously are mistaken. You might have some sand and some gears.
How much do you want for the book?
Nah, it's yours for a gold.
For a gold?
Sure, 1 gold. It's my favorite book. I used to read this to my kids.
I doubt it. I'll give you 6 silver.
I don't know. This book is kind of important to me. I don't know if I can take 6 silver.
Silver then.
How much?
4 silver.
Nah. And
He tries to grab the book back.
I mean, he's a halfling, right?
Yes.
I'm 6'6". I don't think he can reach it, just for me holding it at, like, titty level.
I'll take that, thank you.
Here's a gold, and I'll hand him a gold.
You, sir, have bought my memories. Here you go. Good trade.
Yes, I don't think I'll be doing business with you again.
Quality book. I assure you, it's worth more than that.
Wrath will be like, oh, give me my coin back that lit up for you.
What coin?
The light that I gave you, give it back.
Fine. Here.
I pluck it out of his hand and put it in my little pouch. It's not nice to try and steal from people.
I didn't steal. You threw it in my cart, okay?
I handed it to you to borrow.
Ooh, look at the time.
Back.
Thank you for your trade. I appreciate it. If you need any other books or know anybody who needs
Wrath
one,
is
feel
just
free to
gonna
come back.
walk away and contemplate burning his fucking cart to the ground.
As he
It'd
goes,
be a real shame for a firebolt to hit all those books.
he goes back into his cart, and you see the light dim as you kind of hear metal hitting wood, i.e., dropping the coin into like some sort of chest or crate or something.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Also, while I'm in my Sentry's Rest, I can't move or anything, but I can still see and like hear as if I'm conscious. Could I technically like read while I'm in my Sentry's Rest?
Negative.
Like, just one page, not like turning pages.
Nope.
But...
Nope. Sentry mode is literally just that, and it's not even a sentry mode. Like you're like scanning the area. You're not in a conscious state of I could read or.
It says I can still see and hear as normal.
You're right, in a sentry mode, 100%.
Yeah.
But once you use, you can't use any abilities. You can't read. You're literally just spinning in circles like a sentry.
Okay. Then Wrath is going to go back to Nanu's cart where, like, I guess all of his friends are at. And...
Absolutely. Motete, what are you doing this whole time? As these two are fucking around with sheep, making a trade, we got a dude buying a book. We got Zarkul snoozing up a storm. What's Motete doing in all this?
Just writing some notes and taking it all in. That everybody's kind of having a hard time, but he's been used to being a hermit, and he kind of actually thinks it's kind of beautiful in a macabre way. That everything is just kind of teetering between life and death.
Nanu kind of timidly taps you on the shoulder. Hey, Motete, right? Motete?
Yes, how can I help you?
I couldn't help but notice you don't seem troubled. In fact, you're quite hard to read. Are you okay?
Quite fine. I find the situation enlivening.
Why do you feel that way? It's such an odd emotion. I'm sorry, but kind of an odd emotion to have, in this situation.
I am drawn to the moments and states in which we are between life and death. And here we find ourselves in such a moment.
And I mean, I just buy and sell things, My father used to. I just kind of inherited all this, and I'm kind of new to this stuff. But I don't understand what it is exactly you find so pleasing. I'm sorry. I'm just curious because everyone else seems so somber and sad, and you just don't at all. Is this like a god thing?
then you are fighting for your life. That is when you feel most alive.
I used to feel alive when my daddy and I used to walk in the moonlight. Well, it's not anymore, but that made me feel alive. Is doesn't make me feel happy about today. I'm just confused.
Perhaps I am not the right person to talk to. I have rather unique perspectives. Consoling the desperate and dying is not something that I can do.
You say you console the desperate? I haven't seen you speak to anyone here yet, and it doesn't get much more desperate than all this.
What is there to be done?
Well, I don't know. What's your definition of console? I mean, Wrath was talking to me, and Zarkul were talking to me about my daddy, and they helped me get by and kind of accept it. I mean, I still miss him. I miss him, and I mean, I'm not going to be able to walk with him anymore, but I feel a different sort of purpose now, carrying on, I guess. His vision. It probably sounds weird.
You are experiencing a rebirth of a new life. Leave
What?
the life you had behind and move forward. I have lost everything and left behind everything, and yet here I remain.
Yes, but you speak of rebirth, and when I think of rebirth, I think of joy and positivity. Why do I feel?
Doesn't every child come into this world screaming?
I guess you have a point, but doesn't a baby settle down at the feel of his mother, of that kid's or that baby's mother's skin and warmth? I could tell you every time I hugged my daddy, I used to smell his hair, and it would calm me right down.
I'm sure you'll find solace one day.
How did you find solace?
I haven't.
So what makes you go? I mean, you have no anchors to anywhere, as you said, right? So what keeps you walking?
I keep searching for that meaning in life, and perhaps I will find it when I die, and I will discover what it is all about. I am old. I have lived my life. Nothing remains for me. I never had any children or a wife, and I was chased away from my town that I was born in.
Well, I don't know how you feel about the trade business and me, but I was talking to Wrath earlier, and they're cool, and he mentioned like he would like me to follow to some effect, and it sounds kind of exciting. Would would you be there too?
I intend to follow this troop as far as it will take me. I feel a sense of destiny here. So I will follow that feeling as long as long as it can sustain me.
Well, if that be the case, I would be happy to hear more of your words, maybe talk about this town that you used to call home, perhaps? I kind of may not be chased out, but I feel like I've recently lost my home. Maybe we can talk about that in detail someday.
Perhaps. But now let's enjoy the cold night.
She kind of. I'm assuming you're sitting down, or are you standing? Are you just standing there?
He's sitting down.
Sitting down. Nanu is going to attempt to kind of slide kind of closer to you and just sit next to you with like maybe a foot gap shoulder to shoulder and just kind of stare off into the direction that you're staring off into.
All right.
All right. That brings us to the purple demon baby spitting Ramil into the party. Ramil, are you there?
Yep.
Welcome home, brother. Are you ready to go, or do you need a minute?
I'm driving. I'm good to go. I just any rolls that need to be done with someone. So.
Okay, cool. So the party went from the Cyclops' hut back to the caravan. They had spotted a very ginormous skull in the desert. They decided to come to the caravan first with a flock of sheep. Nevertheless, what is what is Ramil doing during the dinner time camp out session?
You kind of just be like zoning out, thinking about home, slowly eating.
You're breaking up something fierce, buddy. I can barely hear you.
Oh, yeah. He just be kind of like zoning out and thinking about home while slowly eating.
Okay. All right, team. As the dinner is served, people are kind of going back. Vincent starts kind of shouting around, and it looks like Vincent's decided to travel in the night. What do you guys want to do and or say? Anything in particular?
Should we speak with him first about the fact that we should? I feel like we should go check out those skulls and stuff in the morning. But I don't know if he'd want to wait with the whole caravan here or not.
Are we all around Nanu's cart with Motete?
I mean, it would make sense. That is technically a home base, I guess, at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that is up to you and the hooded one. Khajiit is awfully tired and he wants to rest. And he's just going to hold up a gold coin. Gold coin for whoever lets Khajiit sleep in a carriage.
Real quick, someone's like, over here.
Done.
There's a bedroll already in there. The person that shouted to you was a dwarven female who, as you enter, you lay down on the bedroll, right? And then the light goes out, and you feel a female dwarf kind of pushing her way on the same bedroll.
Do you have any ale?
Do I have any what?
Ale?
Ale?
Booze?
No. No. Not at all. But she's very much in the process of trying to rest a little bit as well.
Oh, okay. Well, Khajiit's going to scoot as much as he can to the opposite side of the bedroll.
Absolutely. You all hear through the tarps or the canopies of these wagons. Once again, Vincent shouting out, saying, "We leave. It's 60 minutes. Get ready to go. Rest up if you can."
Wrath is gonna see if anyone wants to. Does anyone want to go with me to speak with Vincent to possibly delay him, or something? Because I know we talked about going and exploring those bones. Or is that just something we're gonna have to come back to on our way back once we get the caravan to safety?
Maybe it is something that we come back to after we've escorted. All I know is I can't push through the night.
Yeah, I am gonna need to sleep to regain some of my abilities, and I imagine the rest of you will need to as well. So if we are gonna be do what?
Curiosity will have to wait.
Yes. We might have to find other places to sleep tonight while we push through. Do we want to just start trying to break off and find other places to sleep? Question: could I do my sentry's rest while like just sitting in a chair? Like if I was sitting in the front of the wagon with like Nanu?
I mean, it's no different than sleeping in a car.
Okay. I didn't know if I'd have to be like standing up or
No,
something.
long rest is a long rest. You could be in the back of a wagon for all I care. But whether or not you get woken up is a different story, which would interrupt it.
So we're just gonna try and break apart and see whose wagon will take us in.
You're more than welcome to do that. That's fine. There's not much space. In fact, after kind of going around and asking for that napping opportunity, you only find 2 wagons that are willing to take you in for the moment.
I'm gonna ask Nanu if I can sleep in the front seat with her.
Isn't that where Zarkle is?
That circle is currently crashing in the wagon, which is a
Oh.
really tight fit.
I didn't know if he was like in the back of the wagon somewhere or like up in the front seat.
I mean, I guess no one's going to be... Well, Nanu would kind of sleep across. I'm going to go ahead and say she would be sleeping across the front end.
Okay.
You could just sentry in the dirt, man.
But if we're moving, I can't.
Yeah, predicament. That is a good one.
Yeah. Is there anywhere in like the back of the wagon I could just stand?
No, very tight fit.
Well, guess I'm getting a point of exhaustion.
Rumil will try to find just some place that he can ride along with.
Like I said, you're able to find 2 wagons available. Right now, Zarkul is in one. We have Khajiit in another. So there's room for 2 more. So Anatonda, Wrath, Ramil, or Motete.
Well, if Nanu is sleeping, someone's gonna have to drive the wagon, right?
Well, she's napping. You know, they're going to be
Okay.
getting up in about an hour, basically.
Okay. Then I was gonna say I could take over driving the cart for her, because I'm proficient with land vehicles.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so as you,
Rumil has to run the carts and take 4 hours.
okay, absolutely, guys. So an hour passes. Short rest for everybody. So you're welcome to take the benefits of a short rest if it applies to you. And Vincent begins to shout.
Quick question. Would I, since I slept since we got there, just taking a swig out of my flask for nutrients, how long would I have slept for?
2-3 hours tops.
Because you're cool still going to be asleep until somebody wakes him up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was planning on sleeping throughout the voyage until I was woken up.
Okay.
Needed.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. It's time to get going. Wake up! Wake up! As he starts banging on.
As he starts banging on, like, carts, getting everyone awake, the female dwarf that you're crashing next to, Khajiit, kind of wakes up, groans a little bit, and reluctantly kind of yawns and gets on the front end and preps the horse to go.
Wrath is gonna try and gently wake Nanu up, just to let her know that he'll drive the cart and she can sleep, like using his head, like his lap as a pillow or something.
Oh, Wrath, thank you so much. You're so kind.
I'll take my cloak off and ball it up as like a pillow, so that way it's not just a steel leg.
And she kind of snuggles up a little bit on your thigh.
This is a different cloak, right? It's not the same disgusting cloak, 'cause that burned off, right?
No, I think I bought a new cloak whenever we got back to Beaton or to Brecca. Sorry, I bought a new cloak and a new backpack.
Just checking if you weren't terrorizing the girl.
No. I bought a new nice black cloak and backpack while we were outside of Brecca.
Okay, team. The caravan's getting ready to go. So, what's the plan? You guys gonna walk alongside? I know we have Khajiit crashing, Zarkul crashing. So, Anatanda, what are you doing?
So you said there's still 2 remaining spots open on the areas that we found.
Correct.
I'm gonna mosey on over and take one of them.
Sure, Motete.
So we're moving, right?
It looks as if Vincent feels strategically it would be better to travel at night northward.
Okay. I will want to get on a cart if anybody's willing to let me on them.
There is
Oh,
one available
kinda-
space left.
Okay. And then I am going to cast ritual cast Tensor's floating disc.
Link it.
Okay. And then allow anybody who wants to be on there to be sorry.
And that's a ritual?
Yeah, it's a ritual.
Interesting. Okay, sure. So you're basically giving another spot for somebody else. Is what it boils down to? So you're looking at either Ramil or I feel like somebody's missing.
I think it's just Ramil.
Ramil.
Ramil's
Okay.
up.
Ramil, you want to float around in a fucking disc?
Yeah, he'll take his 4 hours on a disc.
Well, it lasts for an hour, but he can ritual cast it continually, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only need 4 hours of rest. So
Okay, fantastic, guys. You push on north and north and north. I'm gonna go ahead and say we're about 3 hours north, and all you got is sand and darkness. Occasionally, you'll get a gust of wind, a little bit of sand kicked up. You'll hear squawking in the distance, sometimes echoing through the desert. Everyone give me a perception check that's not sleeping.
Damn.
Good enough. Oh, Motete sees it as well. Fantastic. There seems to be, you two, there seems to be a strobing light on the horizon to the northeast. It's kind of like a what's the word I want to use? Kind of like a glow stick light, that kind of ambient light, but it pulsates sporadically here and there, as if it's sending a Morse code.
Is that in the direction that we're heading, or is it kind of off to our left?
It's off to your slanty right, actually. So you guys are
Yeah,
heading
so-
north, so it'll be like a northeasterly kind of concept.
Yeah, off to our right. Wrath's just gonna, since Matete's not near him or anyone near him to talk to that's awake, he's just gonna take a mental note of it. What color is the light you said?
It seems to change from red to yellow to green to orange to purple.
Okay. Yeah, Wrath is just gonna kind of keep an eye on it and make a mental note of it.
Motete, you see that as well.
Okay. I'll go up to Vincent and say, "Do you see that over there?"
Very hot, isn't it?
What do you make of it?
I don't know. I'm not one of the arcane arts. You tell me. What do you think of it?
I was hoping you would know, since you're very familiar with this desert.
I mean, I've never traveled it at night. Usually we keep in clusters at night, but we don't typically venture into the unknown sand. Whatever it is, it doesn't look natural to me. It must be something arcane.
Gonna roll an Arcana to figure out.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
With the 16, the style of light that's pulsating here, I mean, it does remind you of some of your schoolings, some of your teachings, and some of the things you've discovered over time. That this humming light is definitely not done by a natural light source. Whatever it is, it's something outside the realm of nature that's doing this.
Hey, real quick, Frog.
Yeah.
Out of question, was it in last session? Was it Motete or was it Wrath that was looking at the box with detect magic?
I believe it was Motete.
Would that have been similar to what he? Is that light similar to what he was looking at with a box?
I know what you're getting at. Color wise, yes. But different strobe. Does that make sense? I mean, yes, as far
Different frequencies.
different. There you go. Thank you. I guess that's the best way to kind of surmise that. In fact, are you sleeping, Khajiit?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. You know what? Roll me a perception check just because I want to see something.
Don't wake me up. I want my sleep. Damn it.
In your head, as if in a dream, an image of a beating heart kind of echoes in the emptiness of your head. And we'll just leave that there. So Motete, in regards to the strobing light, what are you doing?
How far did you said it's a couple miles away, or?
I mean, it's on the horizon. You'd have to travel to it or at least walk to it or something. But yeah, it's not inherently in front of you.
Would you like us to investigate that light, Vincent?
Well, you're branching off. Helped us the last time, right? I believe that Cyclops would have found us at some point, so it'd be selfish of me to prevent you from going. If anything, it might be beneficial. But I'm not going to ask you to do something like that, for I do not know what's over there.
Well, all that we ask is that you wait for us.
Be it. You saved us before. I can't wait too long. You understand?
Yes, of course.
How long do you need me to wait for?
Well, let's keep moving north until it is on the east. There we'll have the closest range towards it.
Okay.
Basic geometry.
Fair enough. We'll travel another 2 hours north. Based on where that is, perhaps, maybe. The terrain lets us. Should be on the east by then. Deal?
Deal.
Well, okay.
He'll go and wake the others, except for Khajiit, because he didn't want to get woken up. Then we'll wake the kitty.
Sure. Let's just say the first person you go up to then would be Anatonda, the nearest person to you.
Okay.
Wake up.
What is it?
Appears we have another incident that we must investigate. There, and he kind of points to the light. You see that there?
Does this look familiar to what we saw, kind of like at the pyramid?
No. In fact, you're kind of reminiscing about the way that tree in the cave was designed.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it. My bad.
Motete saw it though.
Absolutely.
Does it look like the tree in the cave?
You don't.
No, just
Motete.
fucking with you.
No, but definitely the way it was drawn with the patterning and the way the light seems to be on the horizon seems to bear some sort of
Yeah.
similarity.
I mean, Wrath did see it, so.
Well, just let me know when you need me. I'll be around, and I guess I'll just kind of be like on and again, like off again, dozing off until they grab me to go.
Well, we have a few more hours before we reach our destination. Before we split off from the caravan.
All right, if it's okay with you, I'll be here resting.
All right. I'll go to Zarkul.
Sure thing. And Zarkul's.
Everybody tired.
Frog, how long have you been traveling for so far?
Let's say no more than 5 hours. Well, by the time you get to the next checkpoint that you're planning to branch off on, it would be about 5 hours at that point. For Zarkul, he'll be pushing 7 hours.
What is it about now? Sorry.
What do you mean? When is it about now? I don't understand the question.
Like how much time has passed since?
Oh, easily. Let's say 4 hours. That'll be fair.
Okay.
So
I'll leave Zarkul alone and go to Wrath.
So wait, is there just out of character? Is there just a big like disc with a sleeping Ramil following you around? Because from what I
he's
said,
not sleeping. He's meditating. But yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah, meditating.
yeah, he's chilling on a disc right now.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
And I believe the disc follows you around, right, Motote?
Yeah.
So he's talking to people, fucking Ramil's like the Goodyear blimp and shit.
The imagery right there is amazing.
About this time, he'd be performing a small ritual for anyone who could see him.
I heard small ritual and then
Yeah, for anyone who would see him, he'd be performing a small ritual at the time since the trance would have been over. Or just coming out of it, so.
Wrath is just sitting there at the front of the wagon, kind of just keeping it going straight with the horses, and having a sleeping Nanu beside him.
Actually, yeah, she's using her thigh as a pillow. But as you approach Motete, you do see the woman that you were having a decent conversation with earlier, kind of snoozing on Wrath's lap as you approach Wrath.
Wrath.
Yes, my friend. Quiet. She's sleeping. She's had a long day. A long few days.
I spoke with Vincent, and I thought it would be wise to go investigate the flashing lights.
I am curious about the flashing lights as well. But I know a lot of us are pretty tapped and everything from earlier today.
Well, I have arranged that we would split off from the camp as soon as we had the lights due east.
Yes, but a few of us still haven't slept yet.
It should be a few more hours.
I can't sleep while I'm driving a cart. I have one spell slot left.
I think we will be rested by the time we reach our destination.
I don't
Is
think you're
is he not
understanding what
technically
I'm saying.
resting? Is he
No,
out
I'm
of
not
character?
asleep. I'm actively driving a cart. I'm not getting to sleep right now. I'm gonna have a point of exhaustion by the time we get to that light. I'm gonna have one spell slot left, a point of exhaustion, and all I can do is punch things and cast one spell and 2 cantrips.
Go to sleep. I will
That
drive
is
the
gonna be.
cart.
I need 6 hours for it to matter. We're only traveling 2 more hours, correct?
Correct. That was the deal that you made with Vincent.
Yeah. Then I'll just keep driving the cart. It's fine.
Would a short rest prevent exhaustion?
Nope.
Well, exhaustion is subjective, in my opinion, depending on the circumstance. Depends on what's happening, and that's when I award exhaustion. You know what I mean? If you were like actively hauling ass through the canyons and not sleeping for survival reasons, then I would start throwing that in there. But sitting driving, I might not force an exhaustion in that situation. But if it happens 2 days in a row, I might be a little bit less likely to do that.
Yeah. But I mean, even without the point of exhaustion, like Wrath personally is pretty much tapped. Other than I can punch things and throw fire bolts. And stuff.
I mean, it's a predicament, absolutely, guys. It's a big choice. But let's fast forward then over to 2 hours, and Vincent woes the entire caravan down. Approaches you, Motete.
Okay, here we are. To our east horizon, the light. He points.
He points over in that direction, and the light is still pulsating. It's like I said, it's like a glow stick, right? It's not this huge, bright fucking beacon in the sky. It's a subtle, but it's changing the colors, and it pulsates, maybe even like a heartbeat or something. Morse code, who knows? Zarkul, you're close enough. If you snooze for another 30 minutes or so, I will grant you the long rest, as you were actively doing that since you arrived.
Is it like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, if my math's right?
Yeah, it would be anywhere between the 11:30 to, let's just say, 1:30-ish time frame.
Okay.
What's the
Oh,
plan, guys?
I'm passed out until somebody wakes me up.
I wake everybody.
All right, on with it again.
Yes. And so Zarkul's the only one that gets a long rest, right?
He technically needs to scrounge his way for another 30 minutes, and then I will grant him a long rest.
Okay. I don't know how, but I only have 1 hit dice left. I was really hoping for a long rest. Okay.
Scrounging.
And remember, Vincent has agreed to wait for you guys, at least for a little bit. We'll leave that subject to interpretation. So, it's like I said, it's a predicament. It's almost like I planned it that way.
How about this? Those who are close to a long rest, they can sleep on the disc, and we'll walk towards the thing, towards the lights. Because I think walking towards the lights is going to take like maybe a few hours.
Well, all right, so like getting ready, like suiting up and everything, I imagine that would like take 30 minutes, and then we can wake Zarkul up at the end of that, right?
Sure. And I will say, as long as you're not doing anything strenuous, the whole floating disc idea, not a bad one. It's not a bad one. The disc is approximately... it's 3 meters, 1 inch thick. Floats 3 feet above the ground. I'm trying to see what the actual disc space is.
3 feet diameter.
3 feet diameter. Okay. So it's enough for one person to curl in at a time. So you'd be able to harbor one person floating on it.
Are we going to be taking our break soon?
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna get the plan out of action and take our break. Sure.
Okay. I was just curious.
So
Alright, well,
let's
as far as
go ahead.
sorry, I said as far as the rest goes, I was looking at getting my hit dice back and possibly, potentially leveling up because Frog's holding that information from us. um, so if anybody needs it more like Wrath, he can definitely have that
I mean,
floating dice.
I mean, I need to sleep for 6 hours. I don't think we're going to be walking for 6 hours.
at the end of the day, guys, and I hate to throw you the bone like this, but I mean, you can talk to Vincent. You know what I mean? He is a human. He is able to be spoken to. You know what I mean? You could always have that conversation.
Yeah. I think we need to talk to Vincent and let him know that we need to rest if he wants us to be effective protectors. Some of us still need to sleep.
Khajiit's just waking up. He's drowsy as hell, so he doesn't even know what the plan is to investigate this thing. He's just kind of suiting up because people told him to wake up and suit up.
Antanda is in the same boat. He kind of knows a little bit more because of what Motete told him, but yeah.
So
if we're all stopped, then I am gonna go up to Vincent and
actually, Vincent actually comes to you because it's been like 10 or so minutes since he stopped, and he's gonna be like,
Okay, so what's the plan, guys? Like, you heading on out, or do you need something?
We can head out, but I am still pretty well tapped from engaging with the Cyclops, and I know some of my other compatriots that have been up while we've been moving at night still need rest.
How much time do you need? I mean, I just don't want to.
I personally need 6 hours to be able to go into a rest of sorts to do some internal repairs.
And that's the only way that you guys can maintain yourselves? I mean, I get it,
for me, personally, yes. I need... It's how I can regenerate, repair damages from combat and everything.
persuasion check, please.
All right.
Don't fail us now.
16. I've told him the truth. I do need a long rest.
I mean, it's just, you got to understand where I'm coming from, right? Like, the faster we get to the Holy Empire, the faster we get to Artemis Tower, the faster we just get safe.
Wait, this is the first time Wrath is hearing they're going to the Holy Empire.
That's what this trip to the north is. We're going to the Holy Empire lands for safety.
Yeah, no, sorry. Wrath was having that realization. He didn't say that, but I also didn't realize we were going to the Holy Empire. Then Wrath is not going to be going all the fucking way on this trip. So he's going to take a mental note of the fact that Vincent just said they're going to the Holy Empire.
Well, in lieu of the situation, look, I'm pretty sure everyone's tired. I can't give you more.
I can go, but I can't guarantee.
I can't give you more than 24 hours. 24 hours, if you're here or not, we're going to have to go without you. You know that, right?
That is understandable. I was just trying to let you know that your protectors are not running at 100% right now.
Fine. Reluctantly, fine. Okay? It is what it is.
I understand. I don't like having to slow the caravan down. I care about some of these people here. I know you probably don't think my kind can care about people.
No, it's you've proven I get that. Okay? Look, I get it. It's just a real stressful scenario, okay? And just
I pull back the metal arm, like my armored arm that's been the prosthetic, up to the shoulder. I get that it's stressful. I've already paid a price to keep you all safe.
Fine, I get it, all right?
And then I'm going to have my armor fold back down to create the hand again. Because I don't think Vincent saw that I lost a fucking arm.
No, he's all right. All right, you look, you had me at your protectors need rest. Okay, just look, I'll stay watch. Just do what you got to do, okay? And 24 hours. At first daylight, 24 hours. Deal?
Got it. So
fine.
This time tomorrow.
Fine. Deal.
All right. I'm gonna go
What?
back to the group and tell them that we have 24 hours to rest and get out there and come back, or they're leaving without us.
Are we doing this? What are we doing? Are we
I was
going?
able to buy us some time to get us all some sleep. The caravan's gonna wait here for 24 hours, and then if we're not back in 24 hours, they're gonna leave us. So that way we can all at least get some sleep in and rest up before we go out there. And we don't know what we're going into, so going in there pretty tapped is probably not a good idea.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take our break here, assuming you guys are going to rest through the daylight to get your long rest. I'm assuming is the plan, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. With Vincent at guard, the caravan officially given the orders to halt. You all level up.
Fuck yeah!
All right, cool. Be back in 15 to give you guys some time to level up, and then we will make our trek to those weird lights out in the distance, guys.
Got it.
All right.
All right, I'll be back.
Ribbit.
I'm just so glad I'm getting my hit dice back. I did not know that
You
I was
get
down to 1.
you get half your level back. Remember, not all of them.
Half my level back.
Yep.
Well, if I'm 3, that's 2, so that would be 3. So it
Oh,
makes
what? I'm sorry. Say again.
I have 3 hit dice, and I was down to 1. And if I'm level 3 going to 4, I'll get all of them back.
You'll
right?
get 2 hit dice.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. All right, cool. Get your levels going. So you guys are all level 4 now, huh? Look at you. It's like you're growing up.
I gotta ask you a question, Grog.
Yeah, what's up? Because then I gotta go take a piss. So what's up?
What is the possibilities of me possibly taking a level dip into Warlock of the Archfey?
I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea. I would like to see it more in tune with some sort of RP, but I can't prevent you from multi-classing. I would like to see if that's what you want to do. I would like to see some sort of RP in that area.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you can't just wake
Yeah.
up tomorrow morning blasting fucking Eldritch Blast everywhere. I'd like to see a progression into it or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will see that very big progression, I
Alright.
promise.
Oh, that's cool. It's your character. Go ahead.
Inspiration is maximum on the level, right?
Maximum on the health roll. Yeah, so you can just manually type in your hit dice plus your constitution modifier.
All right. And my hit dice is D8, and my constitution is 2, so that's 10.
10 HP, correct.
All right. Just want to make sure.
Yep, no problem. Any other questions before I go restroom?
I'm good.
All right, BRB.
Wait, what do I do? I have. Never mind.
What?
All right. I did not know that I could pick all these feats. What the shit?
Yeah, you get a decent bit of feats.
Uh, uh,
So we're level 4 now.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Huh.
How's everyone doing?
Pretty chill.
Oh, I can have 6 spells prepared now instead of just 4 or 5.
I did not know I had access to all these feats. This is gonna throw me through a rut here.
What do you mean?
Like, I just thought like level 4 was ability score modifier for me.
So it's either or. It's either or. You
Yeah,
can either do.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you could. You could explain it better.
You can either do a ability score improvement where you improve one score by 2, or two of your scores by 1 each, or you can take a feat. You can't do both though.
I did not. I.
Fuck yes.
I'm back. How's everyone level up going?
I decided to save off on the multi-classing for the next level to gradually roleplay into it,
Okay, that's up to you. I'm okay with that.
as I think it'd be easier to roleplay into it that way.
Okay, absolutely.
I don't know what a few of these things do. Does anybody know what interception or superior technique is?
I could search for it for you. 1 second. You said intercept.
Yeah, interception or superior technique. So I didn't know that I could pick a feat instead of ability improvement. So that's kind of opening up a whole lot of possibilities.
Oh my
for
god,
me.
yeah. I always get feats. I love feats more so than I do ASIs. Interception. When a creature you can see hits a target other than yourself, that is within 5 feet of you, with an attack, you can use a reaction to reduce that damage the target takes by a D10 plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, that's if I'm wearing a shield.
You must be wielding a shield. Or a simple weapon. What's the other one?
It's a superior technique. It's like a battle master, it looks like. Oh god. And 2-weapon fighting, you just get the ability thing on the other thing. I like mobile so much. That looks so cool.
Skulker is also really good for rogues.
Skulker.
Basically, when you attack from stealth, you don't reveal your position. If you miss. It's really good for assassins.
I'm so mad because I was gonna take the ability improvement and then dip into Ranger and then pick like Fog Cloud, Alarm, and like a few other things that were like roguelike, like a smoke bomb and stuff. Now this is just throwing me through a loop.
Decisions.
Like, I'm taking the ASI at level 4 just so that way I can get my intelligence and my con up because both of them were odd numbers. But then everyone after this, I'm going to be taking feats.
Yeah, I
Feet
also
to
took the
God.
ASI.
Yeah, because my intelligence was at a 17 and my con was at a 15. So now intelligence is an 18, con was a 16, and they're going to stay like that for a while. And I'm just going to be taking feats. I can't wait for level 8. I'm going to take the Magic Initiate and learn the wizard spells. And I'm going to have I'm going to learn the spell Shield.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
Daddy wants more AC.
It's one of my favorite
Pick that
spells.
up.
Yeah.
I also picked up comprehend languages.
Nice.
Cool. I'll have to learn that one from you.
Oh, did you ever
Once we get
determine
money.
what language was in that book, Motete?
Now I can.
He can now.
You're talking about the book that you got from the vendor that was in like the ancient Sanskrit-y kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Note to self. Write long fucking story.
Yep. I expect you to be like Liam from Campaign 2, where he literally wrote a book for Jester.
Spoilers.
Short story. Oh, yeah, that's right. You haven't got there. It's not a full spoiler. It's pretty good. It's pretty cute.
Alright. I think I'm sold on this. I'm gonna do this. Alright.
Alright, so I'll be back.
All right, since we got 2 AFKs, I'm gonna grab a glass of water. I'll be right back.
All right, I don't know why. So, for some reason. Oh, okay. Wait, no, I don't know why. So, okay, so when my hit points were 35, I was using my inspiration to do max hit points. So then it should go to, with my 3 con mod, it should be plus 13, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should have
But you only type in 10 in the hit point box.
Okay.
Yeah.
'cause it
I just
adds
had to
the
go
rest.
back and change mine to 8.
Okay, so then I should be at 48 then. The 10 plus 3, which would be
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm at 24.
Alright, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
this.
with Wrath, whenever he gives himself his bonus hit points, he can give himself 4 now. And I will be at 43 hit points.
So how's Motete? Or is he gone? Is Motete here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to compare our spell books.
All right. What do you got?
For second level, I got Mirror Image, Shadow Blade, Blur, and Jim's Glowing Coin right now.
Okay. I have invisibility, Misty Step, Dragon's Breath, and Tasha's Mind Whip.
Nice. And then first level, I have Grease, Detect Magic, Magic Missile, Jim's Magic Missile, Absorb Elements, Shield, Long Strider, Identify and Find Familiar, of course.
Quick question.
I
Can
have
Wizard have an Ice Knife?
Ice Knife, yeah.
Okay.
I have Detect Magic, Mage Armor, Sleep, Ray of Sickness, Floating Disc, Flying Familiar, Comprehend Languages, and Shield.
Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be fun copying each other's homework.
All right. 20 F. Oh, hold on.
Oh boy, don't die.
Coconut. Coconut hooch down the wrong tube.
Biggest coconut is from Satan.
Agreed.
That really,
I'm allergic.
that really burns the fucking trachea. You see that shit? I almost choked on that. Where were you for the Heimlich? You know, you're supposed to be like loving me and shit. All right. So, roll call. I heard Kavul. I heard Wrath, and I see everybody else. So we are golden.
Who's the Kavul you speak of?
Oh, my bad. All right. Oh, let me turn my camera.
I mean, if you want, we could put Kavul in this campaign, but
All right, let me turn my
Him
camera
attempt to
back
have a
on.
Weird relationship.
Hillbilly hooch. Okay, guys. The sun crests the sky. Long enough for everyone to get their long rest. So let's say it's, fuck it, 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Everyone gains the benefits of their long rest. The sun is up, just peering through the Whitestone Mountains and the deep horizon to the east. The sky's pink this morning. You look around. People are still very much asleep. A few volunteers sitting on tops of wagons and patrolling, just making sure it's safe. White sands, yellow sand, rolling. What are you guys gonna do?
Get out.
I guess
Are
we
ready to
get
do
on
that
it.
now?
Fantastic. The area you head east through is very much a barren wasteland. Seems to be the theme here. It's very reminiscent of this picture. You trek to the east. You don't see the humming light as the sun is now up, but you know it is, in fact, east. As typical in everyday fashion, the sun begins to bake your shoulders and the tops of your heads and the exposed metal or flesh. Sand is hot. It gradually warms. Every step you take, it just feels hotter and hotter and hotter. But you endure. At this point in time, those that are shoeless are probably pretty much used to that at this point. Takes you 3 hours to crest over a hill, and you look into the Dibbited Valley. A very odd sight. Everyone is able to see it, so we'll just go off of passives here. Everyone's able to see it. There seems to be an ocean of sand, but a fucking tree in the middle of it. The tree itself, lush, green, odd. There appears to be lights kind of swirling around the bark base of this tree. A humming of energy where the trunk of the tree meets the earth as it kind of glows around the outside. There is stones almost evenly spaced out, 5 or so, around the perimeter of this tree. Really odd. It's your turn.
Well,
does this seem familiar to me at all?
You know what? I'm happy you're here, Ramil. Give me a history check with advantage. Oh, yeah. When you see this tree, you feel happy, sorta, at first, but then bewildered because this tree, is not native to the prime material plane. This tree is typically found home.
I'll just say to the party, this tree shouldn't be here.
Like in the desert?
What do you mean?
In this plane, it's from the Feywild.
I don't know if Wrath knows about the Feywild.
Mm, this is the place that you were talking about before, correct, Annoying One?
Well,
What is the Feywild?
different. It's a different plane than this one. Different world per se. And that's where this tree is from, so it shouldn't be here.
Do they randomly hug people in the Feywild?
I mean, we're a pretty happy-go-lucky people.
Are there going to be
Hugging.
people over there that will hug Khajiit?
It feels like you're being restrained when you get hugged. Wrath says to Khajiit.
It feels like you're being disrespected when someone touches you without your permission.
Consent is important. But to get back on topic, that is odd that a tree from another plane is here. Do
Well,
you know what type of tree it is, Ramil?
Frog? Wouldn't know what type of tree this is.
Are you asking me for a species?
I don't know what they're asking, so.
What's its name?
I just want to know if you know anything about this tree. Like,
Yeah,
is it
the
about to turn into a whopping willow from fucking
the specific species, I believe it's called "Go Fuck Yourself."
It's the Yggdrasil.
Well, I'm just saying, would he know anything about it? To where, like, is it about to be like the whomping willow from Harry Potter, or is it just a fancy oak tree?
It's a tree.
Tree.
Well,
And Ramil will just kind of say this might be a place where that's where the boundaries between the realms are thin. It's the only explanation I have for the crossover.
This sounds unsettling.
Well, what do we do to it? Do we chop it down?
No. We don't chop down these things.
On
Is
a
it
Tonga,
special?
you don't have to hit everything.
Oh, come on. You guys take all the fun out of everything.
Not every problem is a nail. Just because you have a hammer doesn't mean every problem is a nail.
well, we told the caravan that we would investigate. We should at least do that, yes?
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Just we should be careful. Who knows if we might find a way to the Feywilds from here, and that might not be the best.
Would you know if there is an entrance to this plane? Should you be leading us?
I mean, I can take a point and try to see if I find anything.
Zarkul, to answer your question, it's lush. It's absolutely lush. All right, I would assume you guys are continuing forward, which is perfectly okay with me. You tread through once. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, how far away from the tree are we? Like, do we have a couple hours until we're there?
Nah,
or-
a couple 100 feet, let's say.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I'll wait till we get done. I was gonna bring up the Holy Empire thing, but
Go ahead. No, you got time to talk. Go ahead, please do.
Wrath is gonna kind of pull Anatonda kind of to the side, since Anatonda's kind of like, him and Anatonda have a bond. Anatonda, I need to speak with you.
Of course. What is it?
We may have, and I'm gonna have him like I'm gonna kind of guide you a little bit away from the group, so like where we can speak a little bit privately. We may have a problem with escorting this caravan. They're headed towards the Holy Empire. I am from the Empire. That's where I was created. I can't go back there. I may have to leave the party.
Leave.
Or something. Just until, depending on where we go, I may have to do something to keep the party safe by not being so obvious on what I am.
Breath, you must know that the only reason why I'm tagging along with you all is because you all saved my life.
Anatonda, and I'm going to kind of cut you off. Anatonda, you are one of the strongest warriors I've ever met. You are very brave. You don't understand the things that the people that could be after me. They could turn you to dust. This could complicate our travels.
Turn me to dust? No, never. But if this worries you, if you trust the others...
I do not care what they do to me. I do not want them to hurt my friends. You asked before if I could feel love, and I'm not sure entirely if I can, but I do care about all of you. But I know for one thing, I do feel anger. And if they did something to harm you, I know that would be... I can only imagine the amount of wrath I would feel towards them.
If you trust the others, I think you should tell them this. It would only be of everyone's best interest to tell them now before we make the trek, or to have you just not join us any longer.
Yes, I want to do what keeps the group safe. I do not want any harm to come to the people that have been kind and accepting of what I am. And I do not want to go back to my previous masters.
I will see it that you will never see these so-called masters again.
I appreciate that, my friend. And Wrath will kind of clasp him on like the upper arm, tricep area. But you are right. I should talk to the rest of the group after we figure out whatever is going on with Ramil's tree.
Yes, it's very interesting, but you should find solace in our friends, as I believe that they will listen and trust you.
All right. I just worry about what their reactions could be. Y'all are the first people I've met who haven't seen me as something to try and own, like the dwarf.
Well, you will have my back, and I will support you.
Like, I know I can trust you because we have a bond from combat where we have protected each other, and I can kind of trust the rest of the group, but I wanted to speak with you about it first.
It means a great deal that you trust me, brother.
Thank you, my friend. And then I guess we'll probably kind of nod and kind of go back towards the group.
Absolutely, which you guys are all still very much in motion towards the random, lush, glowing tree.
Send my raven up ahead just to scout.
Say again now. I'm sorry.
I
Motete.
sent my familiar raven.
Oh, okay, absolutely. Your raven scouts out ahead and essentially sees what's depicted on the table. As he pulls back,
Okay.
there doesn't seem to be much around. There seems to be this glowing surface area that seems to emanate around. There definitely seems to be a strange presence, atmospherically, that is, as the air seems to glow in this general area. The rocks and the ground itself, it's supposed to be a desert, but as you get closer to this tree, the ground slowly solidifies, going from soft dirt to, harder rock-like area.
As we get closer, Wrath is also going to take out one of those 1 pound stones I found earlier.
Sure.
And just kind of hold it in my hand.
Ramil,
Yes.
permission to speak for your character for a moment.
Sure.
In regards to the conversation and the question about what is the Feywild, Ramil would explain some tidbits about the Feywild, how it is another plane of existence, i.e. his home, that is almost a mirror image of the actual world. He explains how you guys might be walking through a desert, but if you were on this exact same spot in the Feywild, we could be walking through a swamp with magical fairies flying everywhere or whatever. It depends on what's happening. He also explains how if a volcano blew up in this plane of existence and destroyed, the other plane would also be affected by it. Maybe the volcano wouldn't be a volcano of lava. Maybe it'll be a volcano of gummy bears, for all we know. He explains how weird, in relation to either or, because that's not his home. He's not going to call his home weird, but he's going to explain how, there's differences in all of them. And you get close enough. Ramil, as you stated, you're leading the way. What are you going to do, buddy?
I'm kind of just looking to make sure it's safe, make sure there's like no portals or anything to the Feywild.
As you get closer to the tree.
Don't come any closer. Why are you here?
Or just Ramil?
Just I'll kind of stop and hold my hands out to the party and speak in Sylvan. We're just curious why this is here. It's been a while since I saw something from home.
What do you mean home? Are you not of this earth?
I'm from the Fae.
Strange. You being here then? Regardless, I'm under orders. Don't come any closer. I must warn you, it's dangerous.
What's dangerous about it, if I may ask?
That I am not at liberty to speak about. Regardless of which, heed my warning, don't come any closer.
Then I'll ask in Sylvan, would you come to us so we can speak more freely?
I can hear you perfectly fine.
And they're not speaking in common, right?
Sylvan.
Okay, I was just making sure.
And then I'll ask, what kind of creature are you from the Fae? It's been a long time since I've been home.
Don't go thinking that because we come from the same plane of existence means we're related or best friends.
No, I'm
Mill,
not
what's
at
going
all.
on?
I'm just curious. What brought this part of the Fae to this world?
Very evil magic. A magic that we are trying to fix. We must rid of it. Both of our worlds are threatened.
I just imagine Sylvan sounds like the squeaking of chipmunks for some reason.
Is there anything I could do to help you with this evil magic?
Absolutely. Get the fuck away.
What is going on?
No, what are you saying? The last time someone spoke a different language, Cyclops attacked us.
Jerkul's laughing, by the way, just chuckling to himself.
I mean, Mil's gonna say over his shoulder, just stay put for now. Don't go any closer.
He's gonna lean on Anaconda, laughing.
What is so funny?
One thing that I failed to mention, out of this tree area, there's like what looks to be weird ropes. Like I don't want to call it ropes, but they seem to be these viney tendrils, right? And they lash out, like they're all like rolled on the floor. Think of like if you ever been to a concert and you see all the fucking wires on the ground and they're all tangled and shit. You see a lot of that out, kind of outstretching the perimeter of this tree where the rocks are and everything like that.
Would I possibly be able to do an insight to see how truthful this creature is being?
You got to be more specific. I know what you want to do, but like, is he lying to you? Is that what you're asking?
Like, how truthful is he being about like how dangerous this tree is and what might happen if we get closer?
I mean, roll your insight. We'll start with that.
No.
I mean, you don't have eyes on whatever's talking to you. As far as you're concerned, it's a tree talking to you. Who knows? But his voice is his voice. I mean, you haven't been in the Feywild for a hot minute, so whatever politically is happening over there, if it is political or not, it's kind of question marks for you.
I'll ask. What is the magic doing to the Fey?
It's choking it, of course. How long have you not been home?
It's been quite a while.
You're practically a Tal Rune. You don't even belong in the Feywild anymore.
I'll have to slightly agree with you on that. Although I still consider the Feywild my home.
Well, if you consider it your home, maybe you should have been there to defend it.
A bit complicated. I couldn't have been there.
It seems angry. Are we fighting? What are we doing?
No.
I have no idea.
Ramil's just getting told off by this guy. It's super funny. If you guys could understand this, you would be laughing too, I promise.
What's so funny?
Because you're just looking around nervous.
This person's talking a lot of shit for being in magic missile range.
No.
That was out of character. I'm not talking about attacking him in character.
I was about to say.
Yeah. What's going on? I don't understand anything.
Don't make me get you out of here.
The tree is mad that we're close to it. What's going on?
The tree is talking? Wrath is really confused.
I just got disconnected. 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I saw that. Can we roll
Raggy.
when you reconnect?
Reconnect. Count to 15 and reconnect. Sorry about that.
I have no idea. Sorry, Khajiit has no idea what is going on. My hammer getting heavy.
No smashing.
Tonda, not every.
All right, the table's back up, guys. Sorry about that.
All good. And then, could I do a ritual cast of detect magic just to see what kind of magics are in this area?
It's a 10-minute ritual, but you could absolutely try.
Yeah, I'll just back away, like 2 steps, and then motion the rest do the same, and then start the ritual.
You dare to use magic against me?
I'm not using it against you.
And as he says that, as you begin to chant him, he doesn't know what the hell you're planning to do.
Can't hear you, Frog.
He will reveal himself to you as he doesn't know what kind of magic you plan to use. He will jump on top of the rock, and out pops out this little hairy dude.
Well, since he seems upset about the magic, I'll cancel the ritual.
I still can't see anything.
I'm still loading back in, so.
Yeah. Tabletop's being stupid.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll cancel the ritual. Like it wasn't directed at you. I was just trying to
Is that a
figure out
brownie?
what kind of evil magic was around here.
So this little creature pops out, and it literally looks like he's wearing a mini kilt. His legs are tiny, almost gnomish in a way. Stick. He's got like weird feathery patterns and leather bindings in his hair, and his hair is really long. He almost looks like Cousin It, but with a face and 2 naked legs.
He looks like Cotton Eye Joe.
Ready to go, Frog. Ready to go.
What would I know about these creatures, Frog?
What would you know about these creatures? I mean, they're Fae. You definitely know that.
Would you want me to roll like a history check, or?
I mean, that's like saying you're from Tal Rune and you happen to know every single species out there.
Yeah, I like if I would have ran into them at all in my time in the Fae at all.
I'm going to go ahead and say probably not, because I know your type of elf tends to stay in their kind of patterns in their own, like, people area.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, so.
We all see it standing on the rock, right?
You all see it standing on the rock. Yeah, everyone. He's clear. Whoops. I didn't mean to change your color. Sorry. I'll change that.
Do you speak common? Wrath will ask it.
Let's find out. Are you saying that in common?
Yeah, I only know common and elvish. So yeah, I say it in common.
What is your friend saying? Is he being mean?
He's asking if you speak his language.
I do not understand him.
I'll take that.
Plus, I don't take kindly to speaking to inanimate objects.
Wrath didn't hear that, so Wrath is going to say, do you speak elvish in elvish?
It seems like your pet is malfunctioning.
I'll have it checked out at the next town.
This thing's like
You will
I can't
what?
understand what it's saying.
I look at Rumil. You will what?
I just give a large smile. Is that cool? Don't worry. Wrath is always malfunctioning.
This creature appears to be uneasy with your presence, and as he reiterates his warnings, the tree begins to shake and rumble. You start seeing this creature turning around, looking at the tree, and he's chucking boulders. Like he's puts his hand to the side, and boulders just kind of to his hand, and he's kind of filling in these potholes, so to speak, as this black tar-like ichor starts to push kind of its way through the vines and the base of this tree.
And I'll ask him, can we help you with anything with this tree? We're quite capable.
You must stay away! I'm warning you!
And I'll just motion for them to the rest of the back up a little bit.
What is going on?
Don't worry about it.
Something's wrong with the tree.
What
I'm
is
not
he
sure what yet.
saying?
He wants us to stay away. He says it's dangerous.
Dangerous.
I take it
Does he
doesn't
not
speak
know who
common
we
or
are?
Elvish.
He
No,
doesn't.
he doesn't.
He thought you were insulting him.
Was not. Yeah, we are quite capable of helping if you would let us.
I've offered multiple times.
I think speaking in Druidic might calm his nerves towards us.
You can try it, right?
Would he know Druidic?
It's kind of my connection to the Feywild, my druid magic.
I mean, I'm not going to answer that. That's more of a.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would my character think that? I'm gonna go with yeah, because that's who I learned my magic from and Druidic from. I'm gonna start speaking in Druidic and be like, I'm one with nature. Do you think I could help you in any way?
That's it! I warned you! Get away!
I assume.
And he begins to suck up a boulder, and it looks like he's getting ready to hurl one at you. And that's when we will go into initiative.
Oh.
God damn it. Why does everything attack us when we're just trying to talk?
I know, man. We're just trying to be friendly.
Yeah, he only said get away like 25 fucking times.
I thought we all were backing up.
Diplomacy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
all
are
gonna
backing
back
up.
Yeah, I thought we were all kind of backing away from him.
God
It's
damn
just
it.
we didn't want to get off the table.
Motete
Yo.
was gonna.
Why
say,
can't
like-
I roll like this? My Wednesday table rolls are so much better.
He was gonna mention like, well, this doesn't appear to have any immediate threat to the caravan, and he wants us to go away. Then we shall oblige him.
Yeah, Wrath is all for getting the hell out of here.
Annoying one, familiar one. What is going on?
All right, guys. Yes, your initiative's going here. Let's see what happens.
So we've been backing up since we first started talking. About how far would we be away from them?
I'm back. I don't know, right where you are on the map.
75 feet?
Well, we wanted to stay on the map. Okay.
All right, guys. Rolling in 3, 2, 1. Motete! Someone update Motete for him real quick while I get the music changed.
Motete,
Oh,
do you have
sorry.
17 points of health as well?
No, I have 26.
What did you roll, Matete?
17.
I thought I had it set to average hit points.
Your character
We roll
model
our
doesn't.
hit points.
Your character model doesn't update on the map though. You have to manually do that.
Oh, I
So
rolled
you're at
a
26?
17. Oh, I'm sorry. 17 initiative and 26 HP.
All right, you're good.
Thank you.
We are pretty tanky as a full party, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Me and Anatonda can take a few hits. And so
I
can
can't
everyone else. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said so can everyone else.
All right, everyone ready to go?
What the fuck does our rogue have? Sorry.
I've been saving my inspiration points every
Yeah, I
time.
was gonna say you have 40 hit points. Jesus.
There's a reason why I can't hit anything because I never use inspiration.
All right, dudes. We're going to start off. As this creature sucks up a boulder and begins to attempt to throw it, we'll let Ramil go first.
I'll just speak to them like, we're leaving. You don't have to attack. And then I'll just back away in my movement.
Okay. Would that be your turn?
Yep.
Wrath.
Seeing that Ramil is backing up and that he had been telling us to back
I
up,
also would have said it in common as well as I was backing
Okay.
up.
then Wrath is just gonna back up as well. I am gonna use my bonus action to give me 4 extra hit points, though.
Okay. Motete.
I'll back up about 20 feet.
All right. Motete.
I'm backing up.
Fantastic. Zerkul.
I'm also backing up, but this guy attacks. I'm shooting him with a nice knife.
Okay. Anatanda.
You're gonna see Anatana do a little bit of internal struggle. He's gonna move forward 10 feet and say, "Oh, wait, come on, let's." He's gonna back up 10 feet, and then he's gonna move forward another 5 feet, and then just kind of stay right there. What do we do?
We're falling back on Atanda.
And then I'll use my action to move. So that was my movement speed, and then I'll use my action to move back.
All right. And let's just say Khajiit.
Okay. Khajiit is moving back. He's going to draw out his bow, but he's going to move back 40 feet.
All right. He holds the boulder in his hand.
You're listening to me. You need to understand, this place is dangerous. Zugtamoy is poisoning us. It's breaching. We're trying to find a way to stop it.
And I'll just tell him, I understand that. I was just trying to help you. Maybe more minds can figure something out. We have many bright people in this party.
I don't know what you can possibly do. I'm sworn to protect this area. It is the will of Lauma. You never know when the poison pushes through. What could you do?
I don't know. I would have to take a closer look, but we want to respect your wishes. That's why I was asking if we could help you. My friend, the other one who understands us, he is good with nature.
You're gonna need more power than that. And I only know of one person who visits me frequently. Quite a talker. Never really shuts up to think about it. He doesn't live that far away from here.
Who is that?
He calls himself Ethor. He usually stops by once a week or so. Gives me food and some company. I can't leave the perimeter of this tree. I'm sworn to be here. I will cease to exist if I go any further.
Well, if if you would like us to help, like we can have our druid look at it, and possibly our other smart minds. Maybe we can figure something out together.
You don't understand. I can't have you come closer.
Why
I
is that?
can't risk infection.
I see. You know, I just kind of think, do you think our friend could send his flying familiar closer? Would that affect anything?
I wouldn't risk it. You get too close, it'll suck you in. You need to understand it's trying to get here. Lauma put these trees here to plug the hole.
Frog, sorry. Would I know of any way to possibly help in this situation with my any of my background or?
I mean, you tell me, man. That sounds like an inner monologue with you. I can't give you that answer. I mean, you tell me. What do you think? I mean,
I'll speak to Motete and Zarkul in common. Like, this is some sort of the tree is covering a hole and something's trying to get through. Do we know of any way we might be able to help stop this? We can't get any closer, so anything would have to help here.
Perhaps ask him if he had the choice, what he would want someone else to do for him. I know he keeps repeating that there's nothing that can be done, but if he had the choice of someone doing something for him, perhaps, what would that be?
I'll relate the message to him.
Power. Only power can close such evil.
What
And
kind of power?
You don't look like the type, but the type of power to have what is needed to close.
What type of power would be needed?
Well, if we knew that, the holes will be closed, don't you think? Every moment spent here, home chokes, coated, tainted, poisoned.
I will
Summer turning to winter, and then darkness.
I since I couldn't see who said it about the cube, but like I'll just turn to them like, can you hand me the cube?
You want Khajiit's artifact?
I'm gonna see if he thinks it might help.
The cube is back at the caravan in our chest.
No, it's in my backpack.
Oh, I thought you put it in the chest from Tonda.
No, we corrected it. And it's been in my backpack. That's why I had like the dream of it like pounding in my head.
Oh, okay, I didn't catch that.
What do you
put it in your backpack?
What do you want with Khajiit's artifact?
I was gonna show it to him, see if he thinks it might be the power needed to close this. Would you be okay with that?
Don't see how these could help. Khajiit will take it out of his backpack and hold it up.
Now I'll speak to him. Do you think this artifact might be able to help in any way? Do you think it might have the power?
That doesn't look right.
One second. The creature kind of puts his hand on his head, through his fur, kind of like strokes his hair, his long ass hair. He explains that the cube that you're holding is not the source of power or a source of power. It appears, based on what he's reading through the magics that are on it, it's more of a prison.
Okay.
Hold up.
Did we just get a happy fun cube instead of a happy fun ball?
Oh fuck,
It's a board prison.
You think
guys.
there might be answers within this prison? I ask him.
Well, somebody went through a great deal of trouble sealing that thing. It's probably best to leave it alone.
Khajiit, you have a nice artifact. Never give it to anyone that looks shady.
Why would Khajiit give up an artifact?
And I'll just tell Khajiit you can put it back, like, and I'll tell the creature. Well, we will look into things, and maybe if it's okay with you, if we find anything out about this, we'll contact you and try to help.
Seek out Ethor. He may be more knowledgeable and might be able to guide you. If
You know where
not,
he lives?
even maybe find some way to help. He's very, very wise. Very, very old.
Do you know where he lives and what he looks like?
Something about an old skeleton.
An old skeleton. Okay.
Wait, Ramil doesn't know about what we saw at the Cyclops thing.
And then I'll ask him to describe what Ethor looks like.
He's scaly. Kind of colored like sand. Seems to have been living here a while. Says he's proud of his home. Something about ancestry.
Okay. If we find answers, we will return or speak to you.
Just remember, time is short. Portals may not hold.
We'll hold as long as you can. We'll be back as soon as we can. And I'll kind of turn to the party like, do you guys know anything about a skeleton in the desert?
Do you, the big ass skeleton skull we saw by where we fought the Cyclops?
Wait, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
We need to go there. Someone there
Okay.
might be able to help us.
Wait, what?
Do we think the caravan can make it the rest of the way without us?
Either way, the Vincent man said that they were going to leave within 24 hours, so regardless or not, I think they're going to be moving that way. I think we are at a crossroads.
We should head back now to the caravan, and we
Yeah.
can talk along the way.
Why should we even help this thing? It threatened us.
Yeah. What exactly is going on, Ramil? None of us understood what you were saying.
Let's
And I
walk,
assume
and
we're
I'll
walking and talking.
yeah. I'll just say let's walk, and I'll explain. And I'll explain that like there's an evil trying to push through, and this tree is sealing it, and he didn't want us to get close unless we might get infected by this evil magic.
So we need to find a way to cork it.
Yes, and there's a creature that lives in the by the skeleton that may be able to, may have the knowledge, may be able to help.
Okay.
And this affects both this plane and my own home.
Hey, Frog.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this table has not come across the black stuff, right?
If you're asking about crossover information, I would say I think this is the first introduction to this element, vaguely speaking.
No, I know. I did not think that we came across it, so we have like no
No.
experience with this whatsoever.
Yeah, this table hasn't encountered the weird tar stuff yet.
Okay. No, I'm
Hmm?
good. I'm moving forward with that.
Wait. So, oh, sorry. Are you gonna go?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Wait. So I'm confused. We pack up our things. We decide that we're going to escort the caravan. Now, this guy is asking for our help in some way. We're supposed to find somebody else. Why? Why are we doing this? Who what is the purpose? Are we just we're just supposed to protect everyone?
Ramil will just say, this here could possibly disrupt both two worlds and leave no one in either world safe.
Which words?
This one in the Feywild.
Like all of Tal Rune?
Possibly.
Are we talking about trying to save the world?
Whatever this evil is, it has them real scared, and it's affecting both worlds. So if it's that powerful enough to affect two worlds, it could be very bad if it gets out.
Wait. I leave my home to find some creatures, end up face down in the desert, and now I'm expected to save the world?
Didn't your god give you some form of powers you've talked about?
Not that. I don't know, I've just begun to understand it.
Well, maybe you were bestowed those powers to do a great deed with them.
I thought my great deed was avenging my men, not saving the world.
I don't know what we're doing. This is a lot. Uh-oh,
Did we just
lost
lose
somebody.
Matete?
Yeah, we lost Matete.
This is hurting Khajiit's head. Khajiit thought you said the fake creatures were tricksters. And,
Yeah, how?
and we're to trust this thing?
Not all Fey are tricksters.
Just the really small ones.
He was pretty small.
Out of character, since Motete was kind of talking with Zarkul and Ramil, does he speak Sylvan? Was he privy to like everything that was going on?
Whoever speaks Sylvan would understand that conversation.
I don't know. This is a lot for Khajiit to take in. A hooded one, what do you think?
Well, perhaps we should part ways with the caravan. Seems that we keep encountering things that pulls us away. Perhaps not destined to be with them.
But we gave them our promise to try and protect them. Did we not?
I'm
True.
not leaving Nanu.
If we made such a promise, then perhaps we should keep our promises.
I just feel bad abandoning Nanu again after she's already lost so much. But also, do not want to go to the Empire.
The Empire.
Look, if you guys would
That
like,
is where the caravan is headed, is towards the Empire.
I'm sorry, familiar one. What were you saying?
if I may say my part, I believe that whatever this is a much bigger than whatever we are. We can try and tell the man that we were told to see and give him information once we get these people there. But whatever this is, honestly, with my nature, I don't know anything about poisons. I am a healer, not a killer. I say we finish with escorting the caravan, and we somehow try and get this message out to as many people as possible, and try and tell them about this place. Somebody's bound to have the power or knowledge.
Didn't you
But
say that there was a person we were supposed to go find?
yes, that's who I'm talking about seeing first.
Well, the
But
caravan may leave without us.
like I said, after we finish with the caravan.
Well, this issue might have already gotten out of hand by the time we do that.
Yeah, because it's going to take day. How long did Vincent say it was going to take us to get to?
Days.
Days. Yeah, it's going to take us days to
Maybe depending on, that's days best case scenario. You know what I mean? He's traveling with 200 some odd people, men, women, and children. It might take longer.
Okay, look, I can take one of us to go see this man we were meant to see. I could turn into a camel or a horse, and we can get there faster and possibly before the caravan takes off, return. If not, we can play catch up.
Hooded one. You remember where the bones were, yes?
Yes, I seem to recall.
How far do you think we traveled from them? Frog.
You traveled from the time you made the deal. Let's just say you traveled 3 to 4 hours via caravan, and you guys are on foot, and that's going back. Technically, it would be southeast of your current location, roughly. If you're trying to time it in the context of a 24-hour turnaround, you probably won't be back within 24 hours.
Because I can 3 hours to get out here, so it would take us another 3 hours to get back to the caravan.
And 4 hours as the fox runs, and you guys are on foot now. So, let's say that 3 hours, 4 hours by caravan would probably equate to what? 5 to 6 hours on foot one way?
Yeah, there's...
Look, it comes down to what the party wants to do. Do we want to escort the caravan north? Or do we want to help this fake creature save his tree? What do we want to do? Khajiit does not care.
Make a decisive decision. We say, stay with the caravan. That is what we promised to do, and so be it.
So says the hooded one. Metal one, what do you say?
I do worry about the caravan, and I want to protect them, but if what this creature told us is true, it sounds like we might be having to deal with more than just keeping a caravan safe. There's a lot going on, so we also have the undead that are popping up, and now some fey thing that I don't understand.
Yes, but this tree has been here for what I would assume to be quite some time. This little creature seems to have the situation in hand.
Well, the painting that the Cyclops made in its cave was still fairly fresh, so we don't know how long the tree has been there for.
Well, we could
be pretty
take
recent.
the caravan to the Holy Empire and then perhaps make a return trip. I know we wish to investigate the pyramid off to the east.
I'm just concerned that by the time we get back here, it might be too late.
Wrath, I think you should mention what you told me.
Anatonda, you are right. I cannot go all of the way with the caravan to the Empire. I would have to leave before it reached its final destination. I cannot go back to the Holy Empire. My former masters are there, and they would not like me. They would like nothing more than to get me back. I am stuck in a moral issue, and I am still trying to come to terms with morals and morality. So there are powerful beings that want me back in chains in the Empire.
So we travel north with the caravan, and we leave you outside the territory like a dog waiting for its master, only to hope that the Holy Empire doesn't see you?
I would go as far north as I could with the caravan, and then I would have to leave before we got too far. Y'all could continue on, I just would put you in danger if I was with you while we were in the Empire.
Familiar one, what are your thoughts?
There are many directions we can go. The most direct one would be to get finished with the caravan. And as for Wrath's worries, I doubt it would be too hard for them to be convinced that he is just
I'm very
Correct.
distinct from what a regular Warforged would look like. I'm not. Wrath is going to take a deep breath as he's got to divulge a little bit. I am not a quote unquote normal Warforged. I was not built millennia ago and fought in the Clockwork Wars. I was built more recent.
So your deliberation. Obviously, you guys are at a quandary. And, you all acknowledge that this world is pretty big in comparison to where you guys are. Your presence as local heroes calls you to the caravan. Your sense of duty feels that this planar issue outweighs many. You guys are torn. Tug of war. What are you guys going to do?
Let's put it to a vote.
I could go back to the skeletons and try and speak with its friends, since I can't go to the Empire while y'all continue on with the caravan.
We'll also go back to the skeletons in case
Yes.
you do not speak their language.
Yes, and we could meet back up at some point, but I don't know if that would be smart or not. I just worry about what will happen to the caravan and the friends we've made.
As I said earlier, Wrath, I speak Sylvan as much as Ramil does, and I can transform into animals, and we won't catch up to them and we could lag behind a bit. And we could reach to the man faster, and then we can lag behind the caravan. And in case something goes wrong, me and you would be able to catch up.
Yes, but I feel like the caravan might also benefit from having our healing with them.
That is true.
Listen. Khajiit does not care which way we go. But Khajiit feels that he owes a debt to the Metal One for constantly saving his life. So Khajiit will go with the Metal One.
How about this? Write a 0 if you don't care, 1 for the caravan, and 2 for the bow.
I'm just gonna mirror whatever Wrath does.
The bones it is.
The bones have spoken.
It's the Bones Day, guys.
Okay, as the democracy dictates, as a group, you feel that the overall impending world issue is one to be addressed first. As you begin to trek southeast.
We're gonna go to the caravan to get our stuff first, right?
Yes, and report back.
Oh, so you're going to the caravan and then to the skull.
Yeah, we have to go get our shit back from the caravan and let them know what's going on.
Gotcha. What stuff's at the caravan? Because you guys kind of booted up before you came out here, if I remember correctly.
We left our chest with some of our stuff in it and the
Okay.
skull, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much my. Yeah,
It's pretty much my stuff.
It's back.
Well, we do have a box full of jewels.
yeah. There is a box full of like a chest full of gems on that
Yeah.
Nanua's.
On
Gotcha.
Nanu's cart, yeah. We kind of need our nest egg.
No, fair
Are
enough,
we
fair enough.
taking Nanu with us? We did
What?
offer to be a second family for her. And she
I-
did think it would be enjoyable to travel with us. Even if it meant a little bit of danger.
I wouldn't be opposed to having her with us. Not gonna lie, I feel I can connect with her. I understand what she's going through.
Okay. And as you guys trek back to the 3-hour walk to the caravan to reclaim your stuff, out of respect for people's time, we have to call it there tonight, guys.
Seems like a good place to call it, anyways.
Yeah, yo. So let me kill stream real quick here. We can have our quick wrap up and then send everyone on their merry way. Just one moment.